Doubles and coffee. Wait. Let me ask you a question. Do you think PNM's web of corruption ends at the cabinet, at the PNM leadership, at Balizé House, at PNM executive members, PNM senators, PNM ministers? The PNM endemic corruption involves all PNM, the fruit of the poison tree. When you start off as a PNM cabinet and they swear on the Bible to go and serve people and act without fear or favor, malice or ill will, and then they go on to have over 650 recusals, meaning that decisions are being made every day at cabinet to benefit someone in the cabinet, somebody family, somebody friend, somebody business partner, against the Integrity in Public Life Act. And then the PNM fake news media allows that to become the norm. Think very carefully. The poison starts at the top. Keith Christopher Rowley had many double-digit recusals, and his cabinet over 650 recusals. That same cabinet that enriches itself, the families and financiers of the PNM, also selects the boards, the 153 odd state boards. They appoint the chairman, the deputy chairman, and the members of those boards. Furthermore, what the PNM did was to create interlocking directorships. Ingrid Lashley on 9 boards, Newman George on 7 boards as chairman, Noel Garcia spending every cent across the board. Anything bill, he's spending and he in charge of it. Board members appointed by the PNM would then go ahead and have meetings and take decisions to impact selection processes for different programs. For example, CPEP, the contractors were now selected by the boards appointed by the PNM cabinet, the cabinet appointed by Rowley. Follow the poison and the blight of the PNM. Follow the trail of corruption. These contractors would then go into the communities in the PNM way, under PNM instructions, in PNM constituencies, even when UNC constituencies, for example, reforestation, bush, CPEP, environment, UNC constituencies, go and watch the map, are bigger, larger, have more landmass, more bush, more forest, more environment to take care of. Yet the PNM board, appointed by the PNM ministers, supported and approved by the PNM cabinet, appointed by the PNM Rowley Prime Minister, and the selected other one small pin that was not even selected due to PNM's democratic processes. The PNM constitution was corruptly disrespected and ignored by PNM Rowley. These PNM contractors then select workers based on the PNM philosophy, and they go straight down the line. So to see a landlord like Faris Al-Rawi pretending he care about people, pretending he care about poor people and how much they make and putting food on the table, when he and his cabinet eat all the food. They eat out the food till their belly full. They regurgitate and eat more. Since the PNM cares so much about poor workers, these CPEP workers, for example, do they qualify for pension and gratuity under their terms of employment? Or do they have to go out in the hot sun until the age of 65, hoping to qualify for a government pension after? Do they have gratuity when you renew their contracts? How many of these people have been educated, trained, used their skills to move on to higher paying jobs? So don't come here and PNM mass media coming to pretend that the PNM is somehow fighting for workers. They didn't even know the Minister of Labor name. They suffered and oppressed these people. How many of you know, and all of you, 90% of the workers that come out yesterday Understand? Is Balize House bring them out, forcing poor people still. Kamla Prasad Bisesa is not on that. She will not use people and abuse people for political reasons like that, to make them come to our meeting, to make them get in a maxi to sign a book under threat of not getting their wage. PNM, don't try to pretend that you care about workers. If you cared about workers, you would have run the CPEP program properly. If you cared about the country and the nation, you would have run it fairly. PNM poison and PNM corruption does not stop at the removal of the PNM cabinet. You still have PNM board members. Wattie still there at PLIPDECO. The rest of the board resigned. But Wattie still there trying to meet with managers and to conduct business. Even now, in July, this PNM Wattie, this sick woman, the chairman at PLIPDECO, that is what PNM does. PNM's blight, PNM corruption transcends every element of the society from top to bottom, because they also infiltrate independent institutions and try to put their people in there to influence it. That is the PNM poison. So don't worry with the PNM fake news media. Guardian, you can keep going, keep lying. The people are onto you. They have social media. They have doubles and coffee. So don't pretend that PNM cares about poor people. The reason people still poor after 53 years of PNM rule, after they ruled through booms, through milk and honey, and yet poor people still exist in this country. Why are we not the Caribbean Dubai? Why are we not handing over the years in the 70s, in the 2004 to 2007, the booms that the PNM went through from 70s to 1983? Why are we still so poor? Why are people struggling? Why are people suffering? Why are people being abused? Why are they being forced to go and do things that they don't naturally want to do? When Kamla Prasad Bisesa had political meetings for the last 10 years, people came to listen on their own volition. When you see a Rangwest crowd, nobody was forced to sign no book to come. They wanted to come to hear the policies, the programs that will be implemented. Kamla Prasad Bisesa will do so. Workers at the lowest end will get her heart, her soul, her brain, her cabinet. There will be no set of recusals. The audacity, the dishonesty, and the despicable nature of the PNM to actually, them have no shame. Like when you go Balize House, you just cut out conscience and shame. Faris Al-Rawi talking about poor people. Give up all your rent and go and give the people. Go and sell all your suits that them 20 teams of CPEP workers could never afford. Your closet with your shoes and your tight pants. Go and give them all of that. Sell it and give them. Since you love poor people, while you were in the cabinet, you didn't do anything. You didn't go and bring a cabinet note and ensure that CPEP workers had health plan, longevity, security of tenure, pension, gratuity. You didn't do all of that. You left them there to be oppressed and dictated to by your contractors who took instructions from your board and your PNM chairman, who were appointed by your corrupt PNM cabinet ministers and the worst prime minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. So all you stop with the games. Kamla loves people, loves the most vulnerable, and will put things in place for each and everyone to benefit as they should in this beautiful country of Trinidad and Tobago. So let me tell you something. Guardian Media, keep trying. Keep pushing. That's why you're bust. That's why you're making a loss. Newsday, that's why you have to raise your price. And nobody cares. Because all you keep printing the lies of the PNM. Kamla Prasad Bisesa has done it before and will do it again. She simply cares for people. PNM is about corruption, nepotism, friends and family enriching themselves, climbing on the backs of poor people, and people are fed up of the PNM. Bless.